Hello, sovereign souls. Beautiful souls, sovereign souls, accountable souls. Wow. I had so many beautiful thoughts actually while I was cleaning my house. Friday's quite a good day to go into the weekend. Just to, you know, vacuum around, get a few things done. And I was thinking of all the jobs that women do, you know, around the house. And I've been in my home for 3 years. And anyway, there was down the hallway, you know how you can get, you know, fly poop on the walls and the ceilings. Well, this has been annoying me, right? So the other week I attacked the hallway down to the bedrooms, got rid of all the fly poop on the walls, even if the dog had left a mark on the wall. Gave it all a jiff, basically. I use jiff, rightly or wrongly, it just worked for me. And I got all the ceiling done, and I felt a really great sense of accomplishment. It took a lot of energy, right? And you know, it's a reward to myself in the fact of what it feels like after it's clean, right? And you know that every inch has been cleared of all fly poop, and it makes the room look lighter, but you know, the hallway. Anyway, I've still got my lounge. Now my lounge has actually got like an A-line roof. So it's very, I don't know how I'm going to attack that, but I will do it at some stage. And this is what I'd call a deep clean. And sometimes in our life, we have to do a deep clean. In fact, we have to do it quite often, really. But the value that women bring. Now, my husband was, he was a very much, you know, get out there and get on with it. Very farming, very practical, machinery minded man, and I love that about him. But he had a joke when well, I don't know about joke, it was a family legacy passed on from his dad, right? So you got generational male masculines talk, you know, married in white to match the white wear of the kitchen. Well, anyway, I was always, you know, I was the sole carer really for our children because he was out working a lot. But I used to say to him, oh, you know, and, you know, he wasn't that great. Let's face it, with that attitude, he wasn't really that great in the house. He left it to me, cooking, cleaning. His idea of my night off from cooking was go and get a takeaway. So even if I wanted something a bit healthier, I might suggest an Indian, but anyway, that besides. You know, you're always going to have, you know, when you're accountable for yourself, there's not many that actually go within, and, you know, you can't be accountable for, you are accountable for everything, but we all have strengths and weaknesses, right? And clearly, the best I could get out of him occasionally was maybe, you know, vacuum a room, or but the trouble was with my husband was I had to throw the toys out the cart to get any traction, you know, coming from a place of absolutely exhausted. And you know what it's like with housework, it never goes away, does it? You know, every week, every day, there's jobs to do, there's dishes to be done, there's laundry to be washed and dried and put it away if you iron. I don't iron for that reason. My mum is brilliant at ironing. I would iron, but I generally buy clothes that don't need ironing purposely. And if I do put it in the dryer, like in the winter, I generally try to bring it out straight away and then fold it so it's already warm, and so it doesn't tend to crease anyway. But anyway, where was I going with this? Yeah. So many other thoughts. Anyway, I'm Caroline, by the way. I haven't really got a regular pattern. You'll notice with my style, it's definitely like shoot from the hip, not literally. Fly from the seat of my pants. But I kind of like it that way because it means that I can just allow spirit. Now I'm just going to call on spirit to come into my mind, into my consciousness, and that which obviously only for my highest and best good, your highest and best good, and to inspire my consciousness, my thoughts, to speak, and yeah. Jesus was very much, I called on Jesus this morning personally because there was some things that I was clearing, about how, you know, my situation, and, you know, there's nothing that divine knows everything about your situation, everything, the minutiae detail, even getting the fly pop off the ceiling, like they know it to the nth degree. And you know, sometimes I get frustrated because it's like, oh, sometimes I wish I could see them, you know, I mean, when the angel appeared to Mary, the mother of Jesus, I often wonder if she actually physically saw him, and it sort of led to believe that she did, because it, you know, took her aback. But you know, I communicate very much through all these angels communicate with me, or God, spirit, through the energy of my consciousness. They bring things to my conscious awareness, and they can be they're just great treasures. It's like, whoa, where did that come from? That's really cool. Like, you know, it's like it's you, but it's, you know, that it's yeah, it's they've dropped it in for your spiritual advancement and your seeking, right? Because it is quite a thing to go through what I've gone through personally. You know, after losing my husband, he wasn't actually part of the church that I belonged to. Oh, there's pets. Yeah. But it didn't matter, because he used to say to me, I'm closer to God than you are. And I think, literally, I mean, in a sense, he's like, you know, he was, is within us, and he was right. Like, I mean, these things are just so precious to our hearts, aren't they? Like, sometimes these spiritual truths are very hard to articulate, maybe because some things are literally only meant for you, and they're not meant to be shared, and, you know, we're to honor that. And they literally, and that's kind of why I do fly from the seat of my pants, because it's literally whatever comes into me, and you'll find sometimes that it just flows out. Well, most of the time it just flows out, but it's what's being processed through this quantum computer, right? We can tap into it. We can call on divine for answers, for questions. You know, we've got questions. We can, you know, we are to seek. We're encouraged to ask questions. We're encouraged to not, you know, to get uncomfortable, to do a deep clean, to do, you know, I've had people that have always said to me, oh, Caroline, you're too hard on yourself. But I was just thinking about that today, and I was like, well, you know what, in a sense, and I'm not talking about like hard on myself, like I'm, you know, abusive to myself, but meaning because I'm so questioning, and I question to the depths. It's just the way I am. It's just the way I'm built. I've always been a deep thinker. I'm not a surface level person at all. I am not a surface level person. You are as you are, aren't you? You are as you are. Where am I going with this, spirit? It's not sort of adding up. Anyway, we'll share these. What just came out. I got these. Anyway. Yeah, pets could be important to you. You have a heart, both beautiful and true, and a deep connection with animals. Today I have a message from your pet, family and spirit who still always walk by your side. They thank you for everything you did for them, which made their lives so much better. They know you cried many tears for them, but they want you to know that they are happy and at peace. They watch over you and protect you each day and ask me to repeat their words. We miss you and I love you. You're an amazing voice for the animal kingdom. Yeah, maybe you are an amazing voice for an animal kingdom. This wasn't what I was going to talk about, but hey ho, I've pulled them now. Today, I gift you a message from your family and spirit who want you to know they're all happy, finally together and watching over you. So they're your ancestors, they're watching you at all times. This is what they say to you. Our dear child, all we want now is for you to be at peace, as we are all at peace here in spirit. When you feel us close, then talk to us. Yeah, so when they come close, talk to them. You'll just feel it in the energy. Or they'll just come into your mind, you know, talk to them as if they're there. We love you and I'm so very proud of you. Your heart is so very rare. Look after yourself and begin each new day. With a smile and the knowledge that we are at peace. Obviously that reminds me of my husband. I'm wearing this jacket. This was actually my husband's jacket. And, oh dear Lord. I wear it sometimes just when I want to, you know, it's the energy that he exuded and was there for me, right? Like, you'll have certain ones that are, and it might literally be one person, but you'll have certain ones, you know, I mean your mum and dad, or, you know, that are very close to you, one particular family member, or, I mean, all of them, or, you know, but that, I mean, my granddad was only, he died when I was 5, but I do remember him, and I remember kissing him on the lips after he died. And he's come close to me before, and then his eldest son, which is my dad's brother, he came close with him, and they were actually both named, they've both got the same name. And but yeah, you'll get that overwhelming feeling sometimes of feeling protected, like, you know, as a woman, you're still a girl inside, aren't you? You're still that little girl. And oh, I don't even know whether I want to share this. Oh, angel of light, you're a light worker. Well, that's why we share it. Because it might help somebody. That's why I'm here. You know, along with all the other lovely light workers, you know, however, whatever form they take to be able to help you along your journey. You're a light worker. You are here to make a difference in this world. Today I've come to tell you that all you have been through has made you the perfect channel to help so many people. You are a warrior of the light. You were chosen from the day you were born. You can do this. So whatever you're doing, you were chosen, you know. You were chosen for whatever is in divine alignment through spirit. I saw something in the corner of my eye then. You can do this. Do not focus on negative energy that could hold you back from reaching your highest vibration. You, my beautiful friend, are amazing. I'm asking you to trust and simply use your gifts. I often see things in the corner of my eyes, and I think that's how spirit can, you know, they don't want to be looked at because it will just, you can actually sense an energy sometimes. Just ponder it, just question it, you know. Angel of Admiration. Today I have something exciting to tell you. You have a secret admirer. Oh, please. You can smile now because all the effort that you put into finding your happiness, your truth, and your faith has more than paid off today. For now you shine so brightly that no one could ever walk past you without looking twice. Expect to tap on your shoulder with a great opportunity. Oh, that could be in business. It could be any love, whatever. What's this one? Angel of Hope. I'm here to tell you there is a new path for you now. The years to come will see a flow of peace and happiness entering your life. All your family and spirit have been working lovingly towards it. They've not ended. They've not stopped, eh? You know, when your loved ones, particularly like your husband or someone really close to you, it's not the end. How do I know that? I just know. You just know because of the way spirit has communed with you since their loss and even prior. So as your angel of hope, I ask that you close your eyes and say these words. I cannot see, but I know everything positive is now on its way. I trust with all my heart that my loved ones in spirit are leading me on this powerful and deeply positive path, and so now it begins. So just yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, everything that I just said about, you know, even my granddad coming in, you know, the masculines that were pivotal, my dear Uncle Frank. And they're only getting older, those that are still alive. They're more in their 80s of my family and the, you know, of my aunts and uncles. They're getting older. But, you know, they're going to go into they're literally going to go into the caterpillar, into the cocoon, to then fly free. Their spirit will be free. And I truly pray and hope that they will, you know, do a deep clean, that spirit will give them the opportunity to do a deep clean and let them fly free to whatever comes in their path next. Yeah. What else can I talk about, spirit? Oh, I just feel like these ancestors, angels and ancestors cards are calling me. I don't actually have that many cards, to be fair. These are just, I have actually just ordered a couple because they're just like, I just see them as divinatory tools. Like if you're coming from a religious stand, don't be put off by it, because at the end of the day, I used to even used to just open the Bible and start reading back in the day, you know. I used to find more comfort from Psalms than anything. Yeah, there's no judgment here and there's no fear. You know, it's only ever love, right? I'll do another round. Who is it? Oh, it's Shaman. Got the owl. That's interesting because I actually changed it yesterday, but my son's got an owl on his bed at the moment. Wise one's back again. Trust in higher forces. So, you know, there's things, you know, I mean, even if you're a high priestess energy, you know, there's things going to be veiled from you because, you know, all through your life, you know, there's things that are veiled until an appointed time. Can't believe how quickly it goes. I just saw 1919. Like shivers, 19 minutes already. One more time. I think I said one more time last time, but and then I'll look at the bottom of the deck. Oh, that one flipped. Well, it's spring, but it'll be, yeah, going into summer and winter. Yeah, so I mean, I mean, that's basically summer and winter. You know, both. That's covering both hemispheres, right? And your guardian angel there. When I just split split the deck. Yeah, so you got autumn, spring. So yeah, we're basically catering. There's the Sky Father. Oh look, there's summer. That didn't take much searching for, did it? So basically we've got all the seasons here. And you know, you're in it, you go into seasons of your life. What does autumn mean? Release the old and rest. So you're encouraged to rest. I don't know when winter technically starts here, but I suppose June really. June and July is probably our real winter months. Winter says take care of your needs. Yeah, so I have a real feeling, I don't know, heads up if you are in New Zealand, but you know, it always pays to be prepared, right? But I think we might have a bit of a cold snap. I think I'm sort of thinking snow to low levels. And I hate to say that, but I don't know. It just, I mean, even today, it's just looking that way. I'm going to stock up later a little bit. And the High Priest is here. And, oh, the Traveller. Oh, yeah. We might just, I wanted to talk about the Shaman here. Trust in your angels, guides, and ancestors. Yeah. If you've given your power away, claim it back. Yeah, so we're on a path of our claiming back our sovereignty. And if you're in the system, there's no judgment here. Bearing in mind that corporations, right, it's very much entrenched because you're a dead entity. I don't like to talk too much in this language because, you know, YouTube and, you know, they might. But, you know, we're to fly free. We are part of the problem, but we're also part of the reconciliation, the renewal, you know, and it's taking accountability. And that's the biggest thing with becoming an accountable soul. I'd almost say that instead of sovereign, because sovereign's being taken over by the supposed, you know, those that think they are. But in soul, are they? You know, there might be they in this life they might be acting a different role. I don't know. I'm just saying. On the inner planes, all of the shamans of times gone by are helping the human race to understand the complexities of life and the needs of Mother Earth. Many are working as spiritual guides to light workers and light warriors. The shaman card brings the energy of your shaman guides to you. Shamans believed that where there was illness or disease, it was because a person's power had been left behind somewhere or a negative pattern had installed itself in them. Yeah, so you got to do a deep clean. You know, you got to think about, you know, it's cause and effect, fella. You know, why did I say fellas? Guys and girls. I know there are probably about 30% masculine watching me, so. But, you know, that's what I mean about the masculines. Like, you know, us women want the protection of our masculines. You know, we're not, yeah, sure, we're warriors of light, but, you know, to have that psychological support of even your ancestors, you know, even me just energetically wrapping myself up, like it's like having an energetic hug from my husband. And I have a twin flame and I love him, you know, as much, if not more. We've not grounded it, and it may never happen. And I've surrendered that. I just let it go, because you know, people have free will at the end of the day. But it's not going to stop me from doing what I need to do and speaking. Anyway, where was I? In trance, they would travel to the underworld to recall this power and remove the demon. Okay. If this card comes to you, it's because you need to do some release work with lower energies or with your lack of trust in the spiritual energies that are guiding you. Yeah, so maybe there's some lower energies. I mean, I could see that as trying to stop me from speaking, you know, even within myself that would try and hinder. And even actually I did have a dream too. Even the thoughts of judgment from your church can hold you back and get you stuck. But your experience is very real and personal to you. I don't know why my nose started running. The shaman will aid you in your quest. Well, thank you. Yeah. There are spiritual allies working in your favour. So this is your ancestors, your support team that know why you're here. I mean, even my husband knows why he had to leave. You know, he was in on the twin flame journey even without realising until he crossed the other side, and then he could see it because the veil was lifted from him. So he's still a support crew. There are spiritual allies working in your favour, and their miracles will unfold much more easily when you move into a state of trust. So call back your power and stop allowing external forces to divert you from the miracle you deserve. Oh my goodness, guys. Dude, don't let the past and the people and the projections of, you know, belief systems of even where you were, no judgment, but it's just like if you feel that, and of course we're being an empath, you pick up on it. They don't even need to be in your presence. The frequency, the communication, even through dreams, still going on, and it is a spiritual warfare. And what if we are uncovering things that have not been spoken about within organized religion, right? What if we are uncovering things that are actually appointed for a time like this? You know, and that's when I rely on what I've got within. You know, we're self-generating from divine, from our source code, from our ancestors, having this backup. They're saying we've got your back. They've got our back. These are, you know, it's almost greater than our humanness, right? Than the human Caroline, you know, like my soul is greater than what I could even fathom. And then you're the same. You know, there's so much untapped potential. It's not funny. Because we have a real desire, you know, our heart is coming from a really good place of genuinely wanting to see the world move away from these outdated, lower energies of, you know, greed and hate and lust and envy and jealousy, and, you know, that's just the opposite spectrum to what we're after. I think we've done that for a bit, eh? Let's just push it aside and get a new plate. Let's clean it. And it starts with us. 28, 29, I just saw. Yeah, so call back your power and start allowing external forces to divert you from the miracles you deserve. Hand over all of your concerns to your spiritual allies. Yeah. So whatever is concerning you, because I've got concerns. And I gave some to Jesus today, and he's like, oh, Caroline. Jesus only ever says, if only you knew how much we love you. Yeah. When you do so, you allow them to send you intuitive guidance. Well, that's just backed up everything that I said at the start. They come into your mind, your heart, your thoughts. You have to ask. Seek and you shall find. And messages that will allow you to correct this situation and come out on top. The shaman card also shows that you have shamanic potential to move between the realms and connect with your guides in an extremely personal way. Yeah, I'm feeling this anyway. It's like the next step, isn't it? It's the step up. I resonate with it so much. It's not letting the fear of what other people think, right? Because it's your memo. And it can feel scary, but it's not, it's you know, when you've got divine with you, it's, why is that shaking so much? It's got this one, what's this one? Purification, purifying. All right. It was it was the only bottle that was shaking. I'm like, okay, we'll use some. This is an essential oil. It's got, what's it got in this one? I don't think it actually tells me. But I could probably, it's a nice, essential oils are good actually. So, as I heal myself, I'm helping heal you. And this is what you can do for yourself, right? Don't underestimate the power of essential oils and breathing it in. And what you're drawn to. Oh, wow. So that was the shaman card. Look at the time. Look at the clock. It's like, you know, divine timing. It's all in divine timing. The symbols, you know, this union energy because of the antlers. This could be with your, you know, the divine masculine, but divine feminine within. The owl is, you know, wisdom. Feathers of the angels. He's even got like bells around his head. So it's like going, you know, hearing the wind. It's the spirit realm, how it works. It's just a soft whisper. It's just a knowing. It's an inner. Yeah, and then look, we've got the wise one, grow within your current situation. Yeah, so your situation, you know, might not be as perfect or, you know, as you'd like it, but you're always supported by divine. They're always with you, no matter what situation. I mean, you think about your life. I mean, even at my age now, how many situations they brought me through. It's not a small thing. You know, and I have no idea what your life has been like, but I can only speak from mine. But you know, you've gone through a lot, and you've learnt a lot. You've made mistakes, right? You've made mistakes. You just take them again. Maybe you've been in Playboy energy like Colin was, you know, playing the field a bit. But then there was just that one friend, that one woman that actually stood out to your soul, your heart, and your heart did the calling. And I just say, you know, be brave with what your heart's telling you. Be brave to make that decision. Because, you know, a wise decision made with your elders and your spirit team is a one step ahead for your legacy and for your protection. Because when you're on your divine path, you're protected. Grow within your current situation. Knuckle down. It's saying knuckle down. Knuckle down. Do the cleaning. It can be ugly. You know, healing's not pretty. You know, you say you wake up from a dream and you're almost in a panic attack or something, or it's just, you know, the energy and you just feel, you know, maybe you do feel fearful. It's just something that's coming to your attention to heal. Okay, so breathe. You know, if I can teach you anything, just learn to breathe. When you're in a state of confusion or unrest or, you know, pain, you know, it could be because of your own actions, right? And you've gone, oh crap, how the hell do I undo all this lot? You know, it can be resolved like that. You've just got to make the positive step forward, you know, and yeah, just breathe into your heart, breathe through it, you know, acknowledge the greatest thing about being a divine soul and an accountable soul is acknowledging your poor behavior, right? You know, I have to acknowledge if I ever do poor behavior, or when I think, oh shivers, I shouldn't have said that, or shouldn't have done that, or whatever it is, or that behavior needs correcting. You know what your patterns are. And some of them, it's like, well, you don't want to, you wouldn't air it, but it's not, you know, and it doesn't even have to be so extreme, you know. It could just be, you know what I'm saying, just be anything. Just don't be hard on yourself. When I said I'm too hard on myself, and I'm glad that I was hard on myself. But yeah, it's having that balance, isn't it? It's like being hard on yourself, but being so totally honest with yourself. It's like, well, yeah, you know, it's like, you know, it's, I mean, in a sense, you know, you can see it as a fault. Okay, well, write down your fault, you know, let it out. Like, is it like, it's like a frustration? Because as you're letting it out and you're crying, you know, you might write it all out, and it might be like toxic stuff that comes out. Just write it down, let it out. You know, it's like those dark night of the soul, isn't it? When you just like, you just spewing out all this bile, really, and then but when you've released, it's like a releasing of it. You've released it, you've given it to divine, and you're going, well, I don't know how you can help me with this, but here it is. You know, I've made a pretty big fucking mess of my life. How can you help me with this? Because I genuinely want help, you know. It could be just something like that. And you're just like, please help me, support me, show me anything, you know. I'll take anything, any little nudge, you know. And it might just be one person's kindness. It might just be one thing that you just go, okay, right, I'm just gonna make this positive step today, doing this. And it might not be a doing action. It might be just, you know, being kinder to yourself. It might be taking yourself a bath. It might be looking after your body. It might be cutting addictions. It might be stopping watching pornography. It might be stopping, you know, paying for sex, or, you know, it might be something where you just, you're willing to release all that. Because let's face it, that's what Colin at Bridgerton did. That's why I'm saying that, you know. And there's no judgment here. It's like, but you could see his progressions, and I mean, there's no guarantee. I mean, the series ended. There's no guarantee that, you know, okay, so it looks like he's heading in the direction of marrying Penelope, but of course he doesn't know that she's that writer, so who knows what's going to happen there. But, you know, they're not going to be without their problems, is what I'm trying to say. You know, you're still going to be human. There's still, but they're all for overcoming. And if you, when you come into union with someone, if you've got someone that's willing to work on their issues, or, you know, they take short accounts. Short accounts are the only way. Sometimes you might want to, you know, they might get pissed off with you about this, and you might get pissed off with them about this. But if you actually can just be honest with each other, and then just, you know, not take it personally, but just, and then work to overcome it. And you might say, well, actually, this is just a shadow side of me that I'm trying to overcome. But can you just offer me a bit of grace here, because I don't know actually how to do it. You know, it's just like being able to articulate where your struggles are, you know. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, it says, be open to wisdom and insights from your elders. The wise one represents the wisest aspect of the goddess, the crone. In paganism and modern Wicca, the crone is the fiercest, most psychic, and most aware aspect of the goddess, because she has been through many of life's challenges and overcome many setbacks. Yeah. On this card, the raven in her hands represents the capacity to overcome the darker times and be reborn again and again. Yeah. You know, it's like, I get knocked down, but I get up again. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I get knocked down, but I get up again. Do-do-do. You know, and you're always learning. You're always learning. You're always evolving. Yeah, on this card, the raven in her hands represents the capacity to overcome the darker times and be reborn again and again. So she helps you to tap into wisdom to overcome whatever life throws at you. Wisdom being the information stored in your soul rather than the knowledge acquired in this lifetime, and to learn from the experience of your elders. I just had a thought while I was reading that. You know, I see on YouTube this obsession with manifestations. Oh, manifest your perfect partner. People are obsessed with gaining and getting, and I don't know. Yeah, sure. Like, I just think, you're going to have, like, all the seasons cards out here. Your life is going to be a perpetual seasons, should I say. You're going to have spring. You're going to have summer. Then you're going to have autumn, and you're going to have winter. And you could have all of those seasons in one day. Actually, it was, isn't that Wet, Wet, Wet? The Kiwi band, actually, 4 seasons in one day. Well, that's, if you come to New Zealand, that's what you can get. But, emotionally, physically, you can, I mean, even, just with the weather, you're going to get all those seasons. Farmers have to deal with these seasons. I mean, heaven forbid that I said that we're going to get snow to low levels, but these farmers are going to have to overcome and deal with that. I mean, stock will have to be fed because there's snow on the ground, the grass isn't there. Even fodder beet, if that's covered, they're not going to get it. So they're going to need hay, aren't they? They're going to need other, and let's hope they've got a good, whoever's stored it will reap rewards from that, because these animals have to be fed somehow. I just hope, I pray that it's not to the devastation that they, that they lose stock or anything like that. Violet flame that thought. There's never any fear here, because I do believe that divine always allows things, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. It's always generally softened, or there's a, you can actually look back and go, well, that was quite good. I mean, sometimes it's not, but it swings and roundabouts in life, isn't it? Anyway, right, where am I going? I don't even know whether I said what I was going to say. I can't watch it back to then what we're doing again. Anyway, the wisdom of the wise one is based on something that the younger generation is often lacking: commitment and reliability. Yeah. When this card appears, you are being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situation. Yeah, I know I'm being encouraged to continue to keep doing this. Definitely. Be committed to your tasks and projects. It can be very easy to get bored or overwhelmed, but persevere. You are being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience unreliability. Yeah, it is. And that is not who you were born to be. So keep working on what you're working on, because it's going to be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. So you know what divine has put on your heart to accomplish. Within your business, or your just, because you have to earn. Well, there's an exchange of energy at some point, isn't there? To whether it's even growing your own vegetables, right, to feed your family, or planting potatoes. I mean, if you're in the summer, spring, you can grow all those crops, and it might be like a time for being able to do some preserves, right, and stock up, for winter. So, we're in winter. Unfortunately, my growing season, I was in the UK. Anyway, we won't go there. But I've got a few things, bits and pieces, but I will go and stock up a bit more, and bread, and just having the basics, really, isn't it? As long as you've got a heat and you can keep warm, and then just keep plodding while you're inside. Just keep plodding on with those household duties, and the deep cleanse, getting the fly pop off the ceiling and all that sort of stuff. Getting rid of things that no longer resonate with you or are surplus to requirements, and make your life easier. I'm all for that, totally all for that. I think that's us women, the more we clean and all the rest of it, we're going, yeah, the less stuff we have, the easier it is to clean it, and the quicker. we become very efficient as women. Guardian angel, you are not alone. Watch for signs and reminders from your angels. and loved ones they are close by. Yeah, even the corner of my eye, you know, because I've actually been saying I wish I could see you, but I think even you can get you're just like, oh, what was that? Like, you can get a sense, you know, and they're here. It's like, I didn't know how it was going to come out. I mean, I knew that I was talking about, you know, how my spirit team talked to me. And it is through your intuition, your consciousness, your thoughts, you know, your memories. Like, even if your mum and dad have passed, you know, it's, you know, it'll be conversations of the past, and it's like, you know, it's like it happened today, you know, that it's there, you know. There's certain things that you can always remember, or the conversations, or the general feeling, or, you know, maybe even your parents, you watch your parents have, you know, a dynamic, and maybe it wasn't the greatest of loves, maybe they weren't beloveds, right? Maybe, but even if you are beloved, you're still going to have your humanness to contend with. You're still going to have your but I'm quite laid back as far as that goes. Like, even if I say laid back, it is what it is, right? So I can't see the point in fighting it. Like, even with, like I said, with my children, like, if they show a behaviour that I'm not, I mean, sure, I can nut off sometimes, but essentially I try and go quite quiet, and I wait for it to all calm down, and then they can get more in their rational mind and their heart-centered self to actually overcome it. But does it mean we're perfect? No, I don't think we're ever going to be. There's always going to be a certain amount of humanness, and there's certain things that I'm like, oh man, couldn't you have given me a different avatar of mind, you know, or, you know, persona or whatever. But I think, you know, we have to learn to love ourselves and to just keep working on our strengths, right? The Guardian Angel card shows the white feather that has become known as the Guardian Angel's business card. Now, did I tell you about it? I'll tell you again, because you might not have seen the video, but I was, in my heart, in my consciousness, I was like, oh, Divine, I'd really love some white feathers. I mean, with the idea that I might do a fan, but I wanted to get with some moldy people that are actually quite good at doing these things. If my friend's watching it, she might actually be able to point me in the right direction. But anyway, but yeah, I went for my normal walk, and lo and behold, here's this goose dead on the ground. And you could tell it was fresh, because when I went and touched it, it was still quite warm. And I was looking at all the feathers, and I was like, I almost felt a bit bad, but I was like, it hadn't been shot or anything. And I was like, wow. Like, it's an unmarked, you know, it hadn't got blood all over its wings, or, you know, it hadn't been shot down. This was not in shooting season, so it was quite a while ago. Anyway, yeah, so I took them out, and I just thanked Divine, and I just said, well, yeah, I asked, I received. Right, where am I? Yeah, so whenever a white feather appears in your life, or this card appears in a reading, it's a message to say your guardian angel and ancestor guides are particularly close at this time, and are there to support you with their love. If you have asked for help with a particular situation, know that there is divine intervention in the works. Everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them in all their past lifetimes. Oh, that's incredible. And will be there in all the lifetimes to come. So know that you are never alone and never will be alone. This card is a huge reminder that there is always help and support available to you. Your guardian angel is with you now and is here to aid you in all of your endeavors. In order to fully receive their support, first ask for it, then surrender to the process. Know that whatever unfolds will be for your highest good. And if it doesn't happen, you know, if it doesn't happen how release the judgment of how you think it should come in, you know, and just be open to how you receive it. And when you do receive it, you'll just know. It's just an inner knowing. You'll just know. And just tap on your heart and just go, I accept this, and I thank you very much for making yourself aware to me. Because I value it and I appreciate it, and it is very much needed, because it's often when the chips are down, or when you are literally crying out. I mean, even losing my husband, sorting out the business, there was many moments where I was literally on my own. You know, when you're going through things like that, you find out who your friends are, and you know, and I think there's certain things that people can't do anyway. You know, that you have to just face yourself, because they're they're private business affairs, right? You don't share that with everybody. But yeah, it's just more just making yourself, if somebody else in your life is going through a tough time, just let them know that you're thinking of them at least, or just, you know, offer a meal, or, you know, just a little gesture just to lighten their load. You know, it's all you have to do. You know, I mean, you know, I can't, I mean, this is about as much as I can offer, really, and that's why I want to do it on here, is because it can reach more people, and you don't know who it's going to reach. I mean, that's really divine's, you know, that's really divine will, who's going to view it or not. And you know, if you're watching it now, it might be from 4 years ago, you know, this video, you know, it's still relevant now, in your now, whatever that is. That's how energy is. I think people will have to, you know, it's not the past and then forget about it. No, these are all valuable things that were life lessons that we're gleaning along the way. Right, I'm just going to look into winter, because we're in winter. Oh, it's actually gone on to summer. Okay, so if you're in summer, so in your northern hemisphere, it just says, rise up, open your wings and shine. Bring your projects and plans out into the light, into manifestation. Yeah, so if you're in summer, you know, you've got a lot more energy sent your way from the sun, and you know, it is an encouragement to do more of a doing energy, you know, because there is more sunlight, there's more hours in the day. But just be careful of your energy, because there's only so much, and you don't want to be depleted. So, you know, it's little bits and often, and write down your list of the things that you want to accomplish, and then as you do them, but don't try and accomplish it all in one day. That was what I was guilty of. Sometimes you wish you could just wave a magic wand and it'll all be done in one day, but then what would you have to do, right? Oh, especially housework. Well, that never goes away, does it? Well, if I could wave a magic wand, I always wished I was Mary Poppins. She made it so fun, didn't she? Yeah, summer has always been recognised as a time for joy, for going on adventures and making memories. Flowers are in full bloom. Animals are enjoying the freedom of the wild summer days and nights, and people are taking holidays, basking in the sunshine and being lifted energetically by the light and warmth. Yeah, they are. This is the perfect opportunity for you to enjoy the fruits of your labour. Light has come to banish the darkness. Clarity is arriving too, allowing you to know exactly where you are and how you can move forward. Angels and ancestor guides are encouraging you to enjoy this moment and not to rush forward, because this is a time for pleasure, enjoyment and expansion. There is a great chance that you have extra energy, creativity and inspiration at this time. Notice what is coming to you, as it is inspiration directly from the divine. When the summer card arrives in the future position of a spread, or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming summer will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intentions. Yeah, okay, so if you have questions and intentions, they're gonna be revealed, I think. You know, you might gain some clarity, and it might literally just be in one day, and just say thank you. Just say thank you. Just be grateful. So winter, if you're in the southern hemisphere like myself, take care of your needs. Do everything you need to be at your best. Then move beyond your fears and limitations. For many of the animal realm, winter is a time of hibernation and retreat. You may wish to curl up in a ball too. Yeah, sometimes. But although you may not feel as bright as you'd like to be, a primal force within is encouraging you to continue. So yeah, we're not to rest on our laurels, right? The winter card features a wolf, one of the few animals that stay active all year round. Wolves know what it's like to work alone or thrive within a pack. So if you feel you need to go it alone at this time, which I am, but with my children, Know that wolf medicine will help you move beyond your insecurities and relax in your own space. You have an opportunity to move beyond your fears. Although you may feel in the dark, get comfortable with being in the unknown and trust that the light within you will sustain you through what may seem a challenging process. Ask yourself what you need to do to feel supported and alive. You may uncover something from your past that you've buried deep. Know that when you unearth it and shed light on it, you create space for miracles. You may feel like a lone wolf right now, but it's time for you to be the alpha. We were talking about alphas yesterday. When the winter card arrives in the future position of a spread or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming winter will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intentions. So it's the same thing. So, you know, when it doesn't really matter, well, winter or summer specifically. Yeah. Well, that's quite a while, 55 minutes. Oh, it was 50, it must have been 55. That's change. Yeah, that's long enough for a session. Well, hopefully it came out as it is. Right, so 3 big deep breaths in. And release. Big deep breath in. And release. Another big deep breath in. And release. Hope this was helpful. Comment below. Stick a like. Keep me encouraged. Send your love. Subscribe if you're able. And we'll see you next time. Love ya. Bye.